How's it going, YouTube? Thanks for joining me for another video. Today's video is a quick lecture on sickness and training when you're sick and what your approach would be when you do fall sick. Right now you can tell by my voice, I have came down with sickness. Get up, I'm going down with the sickness. I tested it as COVID. Not that I'm really concerned about COVID. I couldn't give two SHITS's. Did I spell it right? About it. It was just because my mum lives in an assisted living care and they had a case of it. And it just was quite convenient that 3 days later I end up with the Chinese virus. So I thought I would test. Now it's obviously put a slight disturbance, should I say, in my training. And I thought it's a good sort of area to tackle actually very quickly, because a lot of people, sickness, you're going to come into several sicknesses throughout the year, and if you are someone that really wants to keep ticking your boxes week in, week out, you're going to get very distraught by thinking, oh, if I'm sick here, there's a week maybe off training, and there's a second week trying to get back to where I was, or even a third for some people. So I'm taking a bit of alcohol as well here. Not that it's a hot whiskey or anything. I think it's an old wives' tale. People say, a hot whiskey helps a cold. I literally don't think it does anything but that. I think what all it does is get you tipsy enough to forget about your cold for a few hours. So sickness, training with sickness. So I was always someone that used to actually train over a sickness, if I could. You know, simple colds. I do think with simple colds you can train over it. Flus and stuff like that, there's going to be very individual, depends how you feel. And again, this video is very much it depends how you feel. I could be telling you, you know, it's fine, get up and train, and you're sitting there with a thermometer in your mouth with a hot bag over your head, puking and shitting yourself, puking and shitting, whatever, yourself. Fuck, I think I'm dyslexic. So you'll know better, but some people do leave it if they don't feel 100%. Now, these are sort of times you may feel better. If you can get in for a slight session of a blood flow. Now, I'm not talking about any heavy lifts tracking. You shouldn't be sort of going by your log books and trying to lift to failure, because remember, every time you train to failure or close to it, your central nervous system's getting hit, which means your immune system is slightly dropping when you do that. And when that slightly drops, obviously your time to get over this sickness and recover from it is very reduced, and you're letting more of it essentially in, or more of the sickness to win over your body. So training more sensibly with a good bit short to failure, with more blood flow, will actually leave you feeling a lot better. And I do think it actually helps with sickness. But again, it depends on sickness. A cold you could probably get away with training normally, no problem. A flu though, or something more severe like a chest infection or something, obviously you're going to have to be sensible about it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I'm not a doctor. I don't know if I need to put a disclaimer on this. I'm not a doctor, obviously. I don't even look like a doctor, as you can tell. Or sound like one. Or even remotely 1% close to what a doctor knows. But in terms of a training approach, I can tell by my own expertise in it and personal practice. It's very important. Sickness is going to come. Now, sometimes as well, if you've been drilling yourself into a hole with training recently and some of the lifts have been getting slow, you haven't been feeling great with it, maybe that's your time, because the sickness has arrived, maybe that's your time to take recovery week completely off, because recovery weeks are very effective. And you're not going to be missing out much coming to the gym if you're sick anyway. So take that time to go, I might actually jump on the horse while it's here and take the recovery week. You know, wins in both ends. And try your best, even if your appetite's not there, try your best to keep hitting your nutrition stuff. You're not going to hit it amazingly. Obviously, you're sick, you're not hungry. But try to make the effort when you can, and increase water, which is encouraged anyway if you're sick. So sickness, training, contrary to popular belief, your only change should be, if you're well enough to train, the only change should be not training to failure, if it is an infection or a flu. And if it's a cold, you could probably still train the same way, unless you start to find days in that cold's not going anywhere. If it's not going anywhere and it's maybe getting worse, then you'll need to pull back that. Again, just keep thinking, training to close to failure or 10 sets you are certain your immune system down temporarily for a while. So you need to make sure that that's still running. That's why my encouragement, when anytime you either feel a sickness coming on or sickness has hit you, triple dose your vitamin D's and your vitamin C's. And your zincs as well. I mean, that's what most doctors will recommend. C's and D's, bomb them into you at higher dosages. I mean, if you have a supplement of a D or a C somewhere, take 3 to 4 times of that. You know, that will help your immune system. And sometimes you can preempt that stuff. If you start to feel something come on, the first thing I do is jump on that. 4 or 5 vitamin D tablets, 4 or 5 vitamin C's. And usually the effects of the sickness, when I do that, is a lot more reduced. So that's a few tips for you in terms of sickness. Again, it's a crappy time to be in, I understand. But use it as a good excuse to take recovery if you need it. There's nothing wrong with taking a week off. In fact, you'll come back a lot stronger, and your muscles should have recovered by that time. You might even look a little bit bigger as well. Anyway, that's a video on sickness. If you liked the video, please do like and subscribe, and comment below if you've currently running with any sicknesses like the scurvy or the China virus. Anyway, until next time, I'm Carl from Nook's Den. Nice to be with you.